A warm welcome to everyone to this auspicious occasion. This is the final event for Partners for Possibilities for this wonderful group of partners and principals. Could you please give us a round of applause? Welcome again to all of you sitting here. Welcome to the circuit managers, to the spouses, the business partners, the managers of schools, and of course the delegation from Partners for Possibility. As you can see, the primary school is looking quite smart, I must say, and very original. And why it's looking like this is because the school is a heritage site. So that is why at least once every 3 years, WCED gives us an allocation of funding via the builders and whoever else assists in revamping our school. So the hall and in fact most parts of the school was redone, and that is why it's looking as fresh as it's looking now. So once again, thank you so much. A little bit about the school. We are currently 666 learners, which is a very bad number. We're still looking for the other one to make it 667. So that is the total number of learners at our school. We currently from grade R to grade 3, we have 3 classes each. But from grade 4 to grade 7, we have 2 classes each. And because this is such a sought after school in the area now, our numbers are growing and it's still growing. So our 3rd classes for the intermediate senior phase will be starting as of January next year. So I will have to apply for a growth post, Mr. Circuit Manager. But be that as it may, it's not all about Lotus River Primary, it's all about the partners here today. So feel welcome, feel blessed, and enjoy yourselves. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm going to start our presentation. So our partnership started in 2018. And the partnership is between Lotus River Primary School, how do I say this one? And Battlier Capital. I always just say Mark's company because he's the guy of the company. So it is a partnership between ourselves and Mark. And there we have it. There is the picture of Mark. He is our business partner. And there's a picture of myself being the headmaster of the school. So what is our partnership all about? Our partnership is about the holistic development and the well-being of the learners at our school. Remember, the learners are the key people to every institution. The teachers are also key, but the learners and the parents, they are the key people to every institution. So we're looking at the holistic development of them. What were our activities within the partnership? So what we did was, we did a needs analysis. We also looked at strengths, weaknesses, and opportunities. We didn't look at threats, so it wasn't a SWOT analysis. The principals will know what I'm referring to. So what we did was, we looked at everything, and how are we going to start? So we looked at starting with the academic results. So our ICT, our lab needed intervention in a very small way, not too big, but it needed intervention. So what Mark did, he got his technician, Christian, to come and assess the lab. And with Christian's assistance, we then, and the WCD's assistance, we then got to the lab. Sorry, my partner needs my help. You must just hold on a bit. Okay. So we got the lab up and running, and we got the Green Shoots program up and running. And as you can see, they are the group of learners with our lab assistant at the background and the educator here. So what we are doing now is we are getting the learners in the lab more than often, because that is where the help comes from in terms of getting the computer lab sorted out, so that when the learners get to doing things, it's not just chalk and talk and paper. It's also about the new millennium learners in terms of the computer skills. Next one. So what we did was we had meetings. We had meetings here at school, myself and Mark, and we also had meetings at their offices. And in these meetings, we then discussed the academic results of our learners, specifically grade 3 and grade 6, because as we know, there's a systemic test that is underway as we speak. And this systemic shows what the learners know, and it measures the system. So we had meetings with regard to that. We also looked at teacher morale, because educators, not only educators but staff members, people, we are flustered with everything that is happening around us. So because our teachers need a morale boost, that is why we were speaking about the well-being of educators. We also looked at the discipline issues, because with the learners, there are learners coming with different types of backgrounds, coming from different types of background, and they come with different discipline challenges. So we looked at all that. And hence in our assemblies, we looked at acknowledgements. So we're acknowledging the learners all the time. We looked at the 12 values. So even when the learners are in the computer lab, they know that they need to take care of what is not theirs. But it will be for the broader community as well, because we must know that the lab needs to be sustained. And if the lab is not sustained, it will not be left for the next generation. So there's an example of assemblies that we had at our school, that we have and had at our school. Mark, go to the previous one. And on the walls, as you can see, there are the 12 values. Even when you go outside, you will see the 12 values around. So in the classroom and also in assemblies, we then have the 12 values being portrayed, at least one value per month. We also looked at, you can go to the next one, improving our learners. So what Mark did was, him and his company, they donated balls, bats and different types of equipment for our learners to use, not only during physical education lessons, but also outside when it is interval. Because the children, we found that learners don't play enough. It is a bit dangerous for them to play at home. So we have all these balls and bats and everything available for them, and hence we then have them participating in those assignments. You can go to the next, yes. The academics, remember our academics need to be improved. So with that, we then have award ceremonies for our learners, and that's exactly what that picture speaks of. And then thank you so much to Mark and his company. Remember, we spoke about the staff morale. That was not low, but it needed some boosting. So what Mark and his company did, they then gave us a sum of money, and he said, take your staff out. And that's exactly what we did. And then that is the picture we have with the staff development. So how are we going to sustain this partnership? Remember, it is not something that is here today and gone tomorrow. We need to sustain this partnership. So what we will be doing is, we will still be having our regular interaction, we will still be having our meetings, and we will also be using technology in the form of Skype with each other. Thanks, Mark, for the Skype. And with that, I think my time is up. Thank you so much.
Cool. I'm just going to say a few quick words. I've been told to announce that please, if you are on Twitter, you must hashtag the event. Lucille, what's the hashtag?
Well, the hashtag is LC29.
LC29.
Partners for Possibility.
And Lucille is our local digital czar. She's so please, if you have troubles, please speak to her. Thank you, Tanya. First of all, this is going to be very quick from me. I think you know, for someone who lives in a bubble of privilege, you know, I've constantly grappled with the idea of how do, you know, how do I live in these like first world conditions, and yet those around are you know, do not. You know, can I be successful and happy when society around me is struggling? You know, how can I contribute in a meaningful way? And that's what Partners for Possibility has given me the opportunity to do. It's this wonderful vehicle where I feel that I can at least give back in a meaningful way. I think for me it's given me the understanding of the scale of the educational problem, and it is a massive task. But also to be amongst these amazing educators here has sort of shown me that, you know, we can make a difference and we can make change. It's a difficult problem, but it's possible, and I think that's what really the program has shown me. And it's also given me connection to, I mean, I've never been to Lotus River before, so for me to come into the communities here, I suddenly have felt part of the town, and it's for me personally, it's been a fantastic experience. Specifically with regards to Lotus River, you know, up front, you know, the thoughts going through my mind are, can I make a connection with the principal, and can we together make a difference? And you know, with Tanya, I can say most definitely. You know, when I'm on the phone with Tanya and I hear this loud booming voice coming back, I cannot help but crack a smile. It's actually I think in my office, you know, Amanda, who sits sort of like a few meters away, she can even hear Tanya's voice on the phone. But the energy and the enthusiasm is just fantastic. And I think, you know, in terms of making a difference, I think we've made a start. I think the year you know, the ideas that I had at the beginning of the year, what I thought we could do, the ideas now are very different to what I thought, because I think you've got a better understanding of what's going on. Not perfect, but a better. And I'm excited. I think we've just made the start, and it really is about what we do from here. And I think that's, you know, and the same for the rest of the sort of the principals and the business partners. I think it's really about what the benefit is, about how we come together as a team and the learnings we have as a team. And so I really hope that this is the start of us continuing as a team, because I think we can do great things. And that's it from me. I'm going to hand over to Paul now. Just so you know, I've met quite a few business coaches in my time, or coaches in my time in business. Paul's the first one in a tie-dyed shirt. I didn't know quite what to make of him on our first meeting, but I think Paul's been a wonderful glue for our group. I think there's so much wisdom there. I think he's allowed us to, like, you know, figure out our own way with much sort of thought-provoking questions, and the odd steely prod. He is unflappable. And so, Paul, thank you for all you've done for us in our group, and if you can come and say a few words.